Alright guys, welcome to Robocop Arcade. It's not very common that I actually play games after movies.
Serve the public trust, protect
This is kind of loud, sorry.
the law.
Yeah, it's common that I play these games without watching the movie, but this is an exception actually. Well, you know me, I'm not much of a movie guy, honestly.
Robocop.
I'm gonna put all the credits I can because I will need every single one of them. And probably these 20 credits I inserted will not be enough to beat this game, since it doesn't have an extra life system, but it has a big health bar, which is not quite big as it looks, in all honesty. Well, you will see as we progress. This game is actually fun, but like pretty much all arcades of the time, late 80s, beginning 90s, are credit munchers. So the difficulty tends to get ridiculous at some point. So basically you end up losing all of your health and therefore the credit with a couple of hits or a couple of shots being taken. Anyway, I was saying that it's not very common that I play games based on movies, having watched the movie before, because I'm not much of a movie guy in general. Well, the thing is that I recently watched the original Robocop, like a month ago, since we're talking now, 3 weeks ago or something. Not necessarily thinking about playing the game later on. I mean, this is a game I actually played before for YouTube, way back in the day. But the fact that I watched the movie 3 or 4 weeks ago, it had nothing to do with me playing this game eventually. But yeah, at least now, I know what I'm looking at, I know why certain things happen, and I know more about the plot of the game, which is based on the original movie.
Thank you for your cooperation.
You're welcome. So yeah, my point is I'm not a complete ignorant when it comes to the original Robocop movie, because I did watch it. I mean, even when I played it back in the day, I had a general idea about what Robocop was about. A cop that got murdered and was reconstructed as a robot, and he's basically, I don't know if directly or not, taking revenge on I meant to put AAA anyway. Yeah, this whole transition after you continue your game is kind of dumb, because it takes much longer than it should have, especially since you are pretty much resuming from the very same point you got killed. Anyway, so yeah, even back in the day, I had a pretty good idea about what Robocop was about, but I just didn't know the details on how the events took place, or even the name of the characters. Not to mention the ending to the movie itself. So yeah, this is a Data East game released in '88, if I'm not mistaken. The movie is from '87.
You are under arrest.
Now, about the Robocop movie sequels, those I have little to no idea about. Haven't watched them. And I know there are video games based on those movies as well, for the NES, for the Super Nintendo, for the arcade as well. There is a Robocop 2, which I also played back in the day on this channel, which is kind of more similar to a beat 'em up rather than this quote-unquote run and gun, except Robocop doesn't run. It just walks and shoots. See, this transition is kind of a waste of time, a little bit. I mean, it's not too much. I've seen worse.
You are under arrest.
I've seen games basically taking you back to a checkpoint. That would be significantly worse. So the boss here was basically
Your cooperation.
destroy the car and the enemies coming out of it. Even though that big robot that we fought at the beginning, we are gonna see it quite a bit of times throughout the game. Bonus section. Essentially 4 points. Yeah, this with keyboard, I would have done so much better. Remember, I'm trying to avoid playing emulator games with keyboard. There will be a few exceptions, but as you can hear, I'm actually playing with a controller. PS1 controller. The PS1 Classic controller, USB. It became pretty much the perfect controller for classic gaming on PC. Funnily enough, this controller also works on the PS3, even though the button mapping is a little weird, but for certain games that you can actually set up your button configuration, I can perfectly use this PS1 controller. Well, PS1 Classic controller. It's not the original PlayStation 1 controller as such, but you got a USB port. Or plug, whatever, but you can use it on your PlayStation 3. I think that's a crusher. I don't think it's a good idea to touch it. I think I remember like trying to use it as a platform by basically stepping on it, but I still got hurt by as a consequence. And I got some debris in my face. I don't know how to get that P, which will clearly regenerate my health. Okay, I don't know if that is health. The item looks a little bit different. Actually, no. I didn't get more ammo either, so I don't know what he did. So if I'm not mistaken, this is stage 3 already. This is not a very long game. I think it has 5 or 6 stages. It's not a game that you will be playing for more than half an hour. Okay, time to double your pleasure. I don't think they're gonna listen to you, Robocop. Well, it seems like the default weapon ended up doing the job better than the three-way. Three-way that I usually love in video games like this. Take me to Dick Jones. Yeah, by the end of this game, you can already tell that it's really extremely unfair. Essentially because your character is super slow. Well, it's Robocop. It's supposed to be slow if we want to base it off the movie as accurately as possible. But you can see that there are a shit ton of enemies shooting bullets so fast. And considering your slow way of moving, it's near impossible to dodge. I'm sure there must be methods for dodging these bullet patterns and kill enemies in a specific order so you don't get hurt by any of them. So in the end, I am the bad one at games, which... Wow. I think I got hit twice by this debris. So this is like the 4th or the 5th credit I'm using. I could be using more at this point. Oh yeah, this part. You have to press the button. Tap it. So you destroy those things. At first I thought it was a staged animation, so if you got trapped by those two things, it would break them like automatically, but no. You have to make that happen. Dude, that power refill is Shit. So yeah, this game is also not very generous with your health refilling. I wonder, can I destroy it before... Yes, I can. Okay. Oh, you can also destroy the debris. Probably because of the weapon I have. I don't think I would be able to do that with regular bullets. I haven't inserted more credits, I don't know. I do want to know how many I have used so far. 15. So, yeah, I have used 5 or 6 credits. I started it with 20. Now, this game is actually better known on the NES. I'm uncertain if it is an exact conversion, but clearly it is an inferior game. Which is kind of a generalized problem, with lots of ports from Data East games for the NES. Unfortunately, certain popular YouTube catchers, such as the Angry Video Game Nerd, regardless of how funny he is, directly or indirectly, he put a bad name of certain video game companies on everybody's mouth because of a couple of bad ports. So I remember, like, in many of my streaming, or my live streams across different platforms, lots of people watching me play Data East games and automatically bashing on them because their favorite YouTuber, the Angry Video Game Nerd, said it was basically comparing it to LGN and LJN, sorry, and because of the bad ports for the NES. But Data East is an excellent video game company, or was an excellent video game company, especially at the arcade times. The arcade titles for Data East were fucking brilliant. Wow, perfect shooting. Okay, that was unexpected. Anyway, I think there appeared less targets than I expected. And apparently they reward you with full health if you do well enough in this bonus thing. So yeah, I mean, it was a recurrent thing to hear people bash on Data East because of a couple of reviews of specific Data East ports for the NES by the Angry Video Game Nerd, and which obviously found super unfair because Data East is one of my favorite arcade companies from the arcade era from late 80s and beginning 90s. Well, I don't know if Robocop was actually one of those titles that he bashed. But, I mean, there are a few ports that people didn't like so much because they were not very good conversions, but the original titles that were based off were just great. This game, Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. Yeah, the slowdown is real. I think I do have to kill everybody here because there is a boss coming up. I'm almost dead. Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty bad idea to try to rush through everybody. Apart from causing pretty bad slowdown. Yeah, I can't really focus on the robots without killing all the soldiers, but they keep showing up, that's a problem. And this is one of the examples where pretty much a couple shots make you lose your entire credit. See, they keep showing up.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Anyway, Are you guys familiar with the Robocop movie? I guess the vast majority of you did actually watch it. Did you like it? Did you not? Did you watch the sequels? Did you like them? I've seen a couple of reviews on the sequels, but basically that I did watch a couple of reviews right after I watched the first movie, basically to see how much people liked it or not. The first movie in general was there's a general consensus about being pretty good, but not so much the sequels. The second one being kind of acceptable but not that great, and the third one being completely unnecessary to make. Again, I haven't watched the second or the third movie. Same thing with the games. Also, it's kind of a typical question I ask in every single one of my videos. How are you guys? We haven't seen each other in a while. It's been a few weeks since I uploaded a video. Remember I last did Zombie Save My Neighbors on Super Nintendo. Game kicked my ass. It's a fun game, but you need a shit ton of patience that I do not have. Especially for recording purposes. I wonder, if I kill this thing from here, when I get up there, is it gonna? Are they gonna reappear? Are they gonna respawn? Apparently not. So it is a pretty smart strat, if you will, to kill them from here. You got a time limit, but I don't think it's gonna be an issue. So yeah, I am on vacation. I took a week off from work. I really needed it. I was super tired, exhausted, and kind of mad at the same time as well. Because of certain frustrating days at work. So I asked for a few days off. Basically a full week. Today is my first official vacation day. A Monday. So I guess I'll be using this week not only for relaxing, sleeping more, eating like a pig, or things like that, but also I will be using this precious time to play some video games. So much AAA. Dude, one single attack took like a third of my health already.
Thank you for your cooperation.
I think the upcoming stage is the last one in the game. Yeah, we're dealing with more elevator action. Yeah, shoutouts to another game. So yeah, this week will be awesome. Whereas my colleagues at work are suffering like a motherfucker, I'm here relaxing, playing games. The only problem though is that today I got a very terrible backache because of a bad move. But I guess eventually it will disappear. Hopefully sooner than later. Especially since I have to walk my dog every day. I actually had to walk my dog with that little pain in my back. Dude, this music is so fresh in my mind because of the movie. Is that a spike? pretty sure you can destroy it, and I missed the chance to get some health back. How many credits have I used? Half of them. I've used 10 credits. Well, I said I was going to be using 20. So not all that bad, all things considered. Yeah, it's still a very terrible performance, I know. Who am I trying to fool? This is a tough game. Like, as you can see, bullets coming from everywhere. Shit ton of enemies. Lots of slowdown as well that don't help very much. But the biggest problem is clearly your character's capabilities. Okay, I need to use the elevator here. Apparently can destroy the boxes from below. Wow, dead already? I'm definitely not watching my step. I'm just brute forcing through everything, trying to go by everything as quickly as possible. Alright, this double shot is pretty good. Now, I don't think you can destroy these laser shot things. Well, it doesn't matter. I think we reached the end. Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to make sure everything gets killed. Oh, still have to deal with these. Is that it? Oh, there is another robot coming by. No. Here comes Dick Jones.
Serve the public trust, protect the innocent, uphold the law.
So I have to shoot him at the precise time. I think one shot will do. There you go.
Thank you for your cooperation.
I don't think you can get a bad ending by shooting the innocent in this case, right?
Nervy.
And as you can see, it's a recreation of the actual ending to the movie. And that's the game, everybody. Like I said, it wouldn't take more than half an hour. I mean, it took pretty much 20 minutes. It is a fun game. It gets ridiculously hard by the end, but again, it's an arcade game from late 80s. You cannot really expect much different in that regard, but it's still a fun game to play. So I would recommend it, but it's not again really that you would like to play it repeatedly. It's a game that you would like to get back once in a while, and that's it. Anyway, that's the game. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Talk to you some other time. Okay, before saying the definite goodbyes, I don't think I will have enough time to put my name. Yeah, for first place, we're actually gonna put CRG. Thank you for watching, guys. See you later.